You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am. There are flying saucers.
Supposing they're Martians or something in there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Weird Wednesday. I'm Asherz and this is
Cassie.
Cassie, how was your weekend?
I'm so tired.
Aww.
I had so I got John and Hunter this weekend, and that was just crazy in itself because I thought we were having Thanksgiving Sunday. So I told John he wasn't allowed to go see Wicked with his friends on Sunday, try to do it Friday. So they went Friday, and that's like the longest movie ever. So I had to wait. He finally got done at 8 o'clock, in which wouldn't be bad, but I live 2 hours away from them. So got in the car, drove home. Saturday, we put the Christmas tree up. So I had to go to the store a couple times and find different decorations because we did a Wicked themed Christmas tree, and I am not a pink person, but I needed to buy pink things. So I had to go get that stuff. Yeah, he loved the movie, said it was super good. Then I took him to get his birthday present, which depleted my bank account a little bit. But he's taken care of. He's out of the way. But now I have to do Hunter, which they're twins. So Hunter's completely opposite of John. I cannot buy Hunter something at the same store I buy John something at. Just, it doesn't work that way. Nothing's ever easy. Sunday I went to work, and then after that we went to my brother's house and took pictures with his kids so we could give our parents like pictures of all their grandkids for Christmas. Then took the boys home and drove the 2 hours back to my house. Went to work today. We have to go to work tomorrow super early to make the dough. And then I have 2 days off. So one more day I have to get through, and then I could like relax a little bit. But I did go to Hobby Lobby and Michael's like 3 times in the last 4 days. So my car's loaded with stuff that I want to get done for Krampusnacht. I just have to have the time to do it.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was going to say you should treat yourself on those days, but
right. I am. I'm just going to draw and paint all day, both days.
You earned it. So
yeah. Have you watched Frankenstein yet? The Netflix one?
I started to over the weekend, and just going to be real, I was very bored.
Okay. I was going to try watching it, but I only pay for Netflix like once a year, watch everything I want, and then like get rid of it. But
it's just
Wednesday came on this year, and now Stranger Things is coming, so like I'm gonna have to buy it twice.
Right. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I just, it's very much about Victor Frankenstein, which I get, but like I don't give a shit about Victor. I mean, it's just gonna be real. I don't care about Victor Frankenstein. I care about
right. You want the monster,
right? So I got like an hour into it, and I'm like, look, I'm just not. There was some interesting shots, and maybe I'll revisit it again. But for whatever reason, I mean, I just wasn't feeling it. If you really want to watch something about Victor Frankenstein that you are going to absolutely love, especially the listeners of this show, you need to check out Mary Shelley's Frankenhole.
Frankenhole. Okay.
Frankenhole. Yep. It is it's a stop motion series that was on Adult Swim. And it follows Victor Frankenstein and all the weird goofy shit that they get into. It's really solid. It's really good.
Okay.
Check it out. He has two sons, and they so Victor himself, he is like cursed, so he can't die. But his 2 sons, they are not cursed, so they can, like, they're really old men.
Mm-hmm.
And he lives at the castle with them. And there's just there's a whole cast of silly characters, but they're all like, based off of Universal monsters. It's really good. Check it out. It's fun.
All right. People are going to have to bear with me today because my husband, he's on day 9 of COVID. He tested positive again today. So it's been 9 days. And we took him to the urgent care this morning because he couldn't breathe, and he has pneumonia on top of that. So I'm literally like a zombie because I've been doing everything, and like we have 4 children. 3 of the boys are like all 3 of the boys are 16 and the daughter's 20, but like his 2 live here, my 2 live with their dad, but I had them and I go up every Wednesday. So it's just been like driving back and forth and making dinners and doing laundry and running to the store 500 times a day because he needs electrolytes or medicine or something. And I'm just like on top of work, I'm done. Like my mind's everywhere. Like I have stuff for the show today. If my brain can put it into like thoughts that make sense, I'm going to do it.
Are you telling me that you're just a regular human being?
See, I am, but I'm a regular human being that has a crazy immune system and I will not get sick. So this is my curse.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, you
Like
get
I
to
have to
be
take
runner.
care of everyone else all the time because like I swear it's because I had pancreatitis when I was little for like 19 years. So I like lived in the hospital. So my immune system is like built like it is bulletproof.
You should just fake it. You should just fake being sick,
I'm
then
such a
everybody
bad
knows.
liar because then I'll be like start doing something and I'll be
I
perfectly
know,
fine.
right? They'll be like, "You don't look very sick," and you're like, "Oh
like,
yeah, but I
like
am." It's
Pop, I think I got the black lung.
just to get a fucking day off around here. That's
Right?
that's moms though. That's the struggle with being a mom. You don't fucking get days off. That doesn't happen. It's bullshit.
No.
And I know because listen, I was harassing my own mother about trying to plan my daughter's birthday party coming up here, and I
Oh,
called her.
yours is December too.
Yep, sure
Yep,
is.
so the twins and our
She's still
daughter are all December and then Christmas. So what day is your daughter's?
17th.
Okay, so I have one on the 10th and then the twins on the 13th.
Yeah, 8 days. 8 days before Christmas. Yeah, but she still wants to do the birthday party thing, which is totally fine. But it's tough to find a fucking place to have a goddamn motherfucking birthday party for a fucking 14-year-old.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
Where they're gonna feel engaged. So it's been rough. And we planned it. We just dropped the ball this year. Usually we planned it like months ago. No, we
Mhm.
didn't do that. We still have to book it, and that's like really it's like 2 weeks from now. So
Yeah, and it's the boys' like 16th birthday, so they want a birthday party,
yeah,
but they don't live with me. So like their friend I can't get their friends to drive like 2 hours to come to my house, you know?
yeah.
And so their dad and stepmom said, "Okay, well we'll do something. It just has to be you guys have to agree on it." Well, like one of them's gay and one of them's straight. They're not going to agree on anything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one wants to go to Topgolf. You think the other one wants to do that? No.
One wants to get their nails done. I mean, what do you
Right.
Ah, gosh. Well, yeah, having twins, I can't imagine. That's no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It was so easy when they were babies. Like when they were born, I would rather have twins than one because when it comes to the time of like them like wanting to play and wanting attention, they don't want anything to do with you. Like you have to beg them to play with you. They want to play with each other. So like in that point, like I had it easy. I got a break. But now it's like, oh, you spend 1,000 on one, you got to spend 1,000 on the other.
Yeah. Yep. I feel
Mhm.
that. Speaking of shared things, mm, I went on 2 consecutive dates this weekend.
What?
2 consecutive dates with the same person. So
Wow.
I guess we're gonna get married. That's
So like you are talking to someone like this is like because I read your Facebook post about the one guy,
oh, the one guy,
you
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
you're like, I'm actually talking to someone, but I didn't know if you were like talking to someone or if you were just saying that to him.
No, I'm always talking to someone.
Okay.
That's that's always true. The seriousness of that someone, well, it just depends.
Okay. Okay, go on with your dates,
This
your
one's
consecutive dates.
definitely escalating, though. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I got to go do it at D20, and that was great.
What's
So
D20?
D20 is the local. I guess the listeners have heard me talk about it. It is a local tabletop gaming bar.
Okay, I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah, it's called D20. So that's where I take all my dates. Because I know the people there, so it's always safe for me.
Oh, okay. That makes
Um,
sense.
just in case, right? But this guy's not that. He was totally normal and fine.
That's
I'm
good
probably
because I listen to Crime Junkies and they have a lot in Dayton, Ohio in season 3.
gosh, yeah, I'm probably more of a danger to him than he is to me. He's so nice. And I'm like, "Oh, buddy, I'm gonna corrupt you."
What are you doing December 6th? Do you want to drive to Erie by chance?
Ooh, he probably would. He'd probably be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
There you
Um,
go.
I told Eric and Carrie. Eric had sent me a message, and just hey, what's up or whatever.
Mhm.
And I told him put me down for next year. So next year, I'm committed to coming down and dressing, donning my Krampus outfit, and
Well, yeah, there's a pinup contest.
yeah, everybody is, and that's what they every year they're like, you would win it, you would win it, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, well, I'll come and win it, I guess. So next
Yeah,
year,
you
I'm
might as
winning it.
well.
But yeah, so I did that, and that was okay. I also did something else. God, this is also normal, but I got a haircut. I went and got a haircut at a place, at a haircut place where you get your haircut. So
How long has it
I
been since you done that?
um well, I did get one at a place about 2 or 3 years ago, but I did not like what they did.
Mhm.
And I just think that the person, she was just, I said she was an older woman while I was there, while it was an older woman cutting my hair. And I'm like, but I don't mean like older physically. She was like older in the soul. So I don't think she was
Okay.
picking up what I was putting down about my hair.
Gotcha.
But the last time I got a haircut that I enjoyed at a place, yeah, I was definitely like probably a freshman in high school. And then I've cut my hair myself ever since. So,
Wow. I guess if
which
you do
is
it wrong, you can't get mad at anybody but yourself.
right, exactly. It's, which but it was okay. I mean, it did all right.
Mhm.
I managed. But for the last couple of years, I haven't touched my length like at all. And, like people that have seen me, I have super long hair. But you can't just not cut your hair. Like you, even when you're growing it out, you still need to cut it so that way it can continue to grow. It can't grow well. But I went, I got a haircut at a haircut place, and that was a big deal because I was nervous. I'm like, because if you mess
Oh,
this
yeah.
up, I'm gonna be angry.
I have to be on, like, no, I'm on a good day if I go to a place to get my hair cut because every time I go, they try to chop off, like, 9 inches because I'm on thyroid medicine, so it causes, like, split ends and, like, bad hair and
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, I do not wait, today I do not want 9 inches chopped off. I don't care what she says. It is winter, it's cold."
Yeah, I mean, and I just pretty much I was like, this is basically what I want with my hair, but kind of do whatever you want. And she did fine. She did just fine. So
Okay.
it was okay, but yeah, it felt all right. And then I went and I bought I've been telling everybody this. I bought a furnace filter. Okay. I had to go get a furnace filter for my furnace, right? I need
Okay.
to change your furnace filter every 1 to 3 months. I am irresponsible and I don't do that, and I should.
Mhm.
But I did not know this. I went and spent fucking motherfucking $17 on a furnace filter, okay? You can
Yeah.
buy reusable furnace filters for like $30.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, and my best friend's telling me about it. I'm telling her all about my furnace filter adventure. And she's like, you know, you just buy like a reusable one, right? And I was like, what? I'm like, what do you mean
That's
reusable?
crazy. I'm gonna have to look into that too because ours is like an off size that nobody carries and they have to order and it's like $90.
No, she was like, you just rinse it out in the bathtub, put it back in, let it dry and then put it back in.
Do you need a
I'm like,
bathtub? I don't have a bathtub. I just have showers.
you have a hose outside?
Yeah, I got one of those.
There you go. Just rinse that bitch off and put it back. And I'm like, what? This is a thing? It blew my mind. And I'm like, there's so much. And she was laughing at me about it.
I didn't know that
And
either. Neither did Brandon because he always buys a different one.
I didn't know you had to change it every 1 to 3 months. I thought it was like once to twice a year.
It's optional.
Right. Which
We don't
people
do that
don't.
either.
She's like, when's the last time you changed it? I'm like, I don't know. I think probably last year when the winter hit. And she's like, don't fucking do that. You can catch your house on fire. And I'm like, I don't know. There's no master class. People don't tell you these things. So I'm
Right.
telling you guys, don't catch your house on fire.
That's weird that you say that because I asked Brandon the other day, I was like, so, like, how are people that, like, buy houses for the first time, like, supposed to know how to do all this stuff?
Right. Right. You need, I mean, we need an adult in our lives to tell us these things. But like I said, there's nobody that like passes this knowledge down, especially, well, I didn't have a dad to tell me about my furnace filter, you know.
Right.
Um, or anything like that. So I mean, how are you supposed to know? Well, there is a guy on YouTube, and I have subscribed to his channel. I've been checking him out, and I think it's oh, what's it called? Oh my gosh. I think it's called Dad How Do I? And he just has little tutorial videos of different things. Oh no, my shorts are playing. Let me turn my volume down on my phone. He just has little tutorials on like the different things that people don't know, like your furnace filter,
Right.
and we'll do like recipes and stuff too. But it is worth checking out. So I think if you, I don't know if it's called Dad How Do I, but I'm pretty sure it's what it's called.
Okay.
And if you look them
Just
up,
just has dad hacks.
Dad hacks, that could be another one. Yeah, it's not called that, but it's called something silly like
Right.
that. But I mean, it's out there. The content's out there. So get yourself a YouTube daddy. That's what you know.
Like literally.
Or when I learn these facts, I'll share them with you guys on the show because I don't want you to catch your house on fire. Because I would like if you continue to listen every week. That's good for my wallet. So
Right. And this
just
still doesn't apply to you, I don't think, because you live in like apartments. But like, you have to like suck out the dryer vent that goes to outside.
yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
you're
I
supposed
mean,
to.
we do, but like, I never would have thought that on my own, you know?
I don't like my mom doesn't ever, and it's like you're supposed to. And even like
Yeah.
your dryer itself, like you're supposed to vacuum out that piece, and then you're supposed to like take the whole thing off and then vacuum out the fucking vent
Yeah, I
and
need to
stuff.
do that to mine because I'm getting little like white fuzz balls on all my black clothes, and that's what I have to wear to work and what I choose to wear every day. So I don't really like it right now.
Well, and I mean also you don't want to catch your house on fire.
Well, that too, but I don't want the little white dots or balls on my clothes.
That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, I mean, just little household things, and you don't know if you don't know, so never be embarrassed if you never knew that before or whatever new thing you learned. Go to our Facebook group on Wednesdays We Talk Weird and tell us something that you were surprised to learn at an embarrassingly old age.
Yeah,
Share it with us because maybe we don't know.
we probably don't. I went to public school.
Right. I don't teach you that there. So I know that was the riveting weekend that you all wanted to hear about. So
So wait,
there
did you go to D20 like both dates?
I did. Yeah, I did go to
Okay.
both dates. It wasn't really intentional. It was more like I'm probably going to go to D20 Friday night because I've been trying to get out and be social. Had mentioned to him that I was going to D20. He's like, well, if you want company. And I'm like, okay, sure. So they weren't really like planned dates, but so I don't
Okay.
know. Are they dates then? They're just hangouts, right?
I, does he like you?
Oh, yeah. He
It's
likes
a
me. Oh,
date.
come on. It's me. Of course he likes me. Does he like you?
Well, like, you know what I mean. Like,
He
is he calling
likes
you bro or?
Now that you think about it, I just thought that was like a cutesy nickname, but I'm just I thought it was cute.
All these little kids at work be like, "Sup, bro?" I'm like, dude,
Who? You just call me bro?
my kids are as old as you. Don't bro me.
Yeah, but would you rather that or ma'am? They're both not great.
I just come back and like, oh, what's up, bitch? Like,
Right. Not my kids. I'll cuss you out if I want to.
right? I'll cuss
Um,
my kids out. I don't care.
I'll cuss at my own damn kids.
They
Uh,
just laugh at me anyways.
yeah, I know that one. Just
Did you
mom's
watch
crazy
anything this
again.
weekend?
Like I said, I tried to watch the new Frankenstein, and that didn't really go over well. And then no, I didn't watch anything. I really didn't. I don't know. I don't really understand what happened to all of the time that
Right.
I thought I had this weekend where I wasn't dating and I wasn't getting my hair cut and I wasn't changing a furnace filter, but it just fucking disappeared.
Yeah, I spent like probably 75% of the weekend in a car.
Ooh, yeah. I don't even have that excuse. I didn't even do that. I just didn't. like do anything. It's tough because I work all week and then the weekend comes and all I want to do is melt onto the couch and I don't even do
Mhm.
anything that I enjoy doing. Like if I at least wasted that time watching something or playing a video game or whatever, like then it would feel like I'd feel good
Mhm.
about that, but I don't even do that. So
Right.
I'm
Like,
like,
did
what is
Stranger Things come out today?
I I thought we still I thought it was Wednesday. Well, today is Wednesday for the
No,
listeners.
yeah. Today's fake Wednesday.
Today's
So
fake
we have 2
Wednesday.
more days.
So yes,
Okay.
it came out today.
Yeah, it did. Stranger Things is out.
So that's what I'll be watching
I
next.
completely even, I thought it was Friday in my head.
Oh gosh.
I'm
Well,
so tired, I'm losing it.
yeah, that's okay. That's
You
okay. We still
know,
have Snooki.
it
Here we
happens.
are.
We got, 25 minutes into the new, Conjuring Last Rites, and Brandon made me shut it off because he didn't wanna have nightmares.
Yeah. Well,
He doesn't do well with, the women figures with the long straggly hair in the face, and then you got it walking on like four legs, and it's like terrifying to him.
oh, and he's afraid of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely had I wanted to start getting into my Christmas watching. I'm just not really into Christmas right now yet, which is crazy because usually I am, but I'm
I
just
put my
not.
tree up. This is like the earliest I've ever had a tree up, and it was just because John was with me.
I am usually a tree up by now type of person, but I have not. I even bought a brand new tree this year.
Oh
Bought,
yeah.
bought a new tree and everything, and I still haven't put it up yet. Definitely this weekend though, for sure.
Well, I'm almost done with Christmas shopping though, and in the back of my head, I really think it's because I'm trying to eliminate the stress on Brandon that Christmas brings because what was it, 2 years ago he had the heart attack on Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah.
So I just don't. I try so hard.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Well, let's get into some news. I have one news.
I have one short one.
So, this one is kind of a developing story because probably by the time Wednesday rolls around, I mean, today rolls around, there's going to be more details. But again, it's not Wednesday. We know that by now. That's the secret. It is, in fact, Monday. However, this one is a big one. Morgan Geyser. If that name sounds familiar, it should. Morgan Geyser is one of the two girls who was charged with attempted murder after stabbing her friend to appease the great Slender Man.
Oh yeah.
Morgan Geyser on Sunday was officially announced missing. Okay. So
Hmm.
she was granted a type of release to a group home in 2021. Okay. So she's been kind of in this group home and she's been wearing an ankle monitor.
Okay.
Um, on Saturday, she left the group home, and somewhere between Saturday and Sunday, she had cut off her ankle monitor so she could not be tracked. She was
Hmm.
last seen around 8 p.m. on Saturday. However, since this story broke, she has since been found. She has been located. Her and some man, were together, and she was, of course, apprehensive to let the police know who she was. Letting him know up front that I am going to be in trouble if you know who I am. And he's like, "Well, now I definitely have to know who you are because police aren't just going to be like, oh." Okay, then don't tell me. Bye. Have a good night.
Right.
In which case, she revealed her identity and she was taken back into custody without incident. So this is interesting. It seems some family members have spoken out to the press, and they're concerned because they feel like this new man in her life has definitely influenced her to make a terrible decision like this because I mean she can definitely go back to prison now at
I
this
don't
point.
think the man has a lot to do with her terrible choices.
That's fair. Right. She definitely was making them before he
Right.
was in her life.
How old
There's
is she now?
she is in her 20s.
Okay.
So she's very
Well,
much
she
an
was
adult.
lucky she was in a group home, man.
Yeah. Well, right. She got released. I don't think, I mean, she's released into the group home, and this was kind of to see if she could be trusted, and she fucked up. She
Well,
done fucked up. So I don't know what'll happen now. I do expect there to be some type of update next week. Like I said, with her being found, they just want to make sure that she wasn't coerced, that this wasn't a type of abduction or, anything like that by this mystery man. So
hmm.
that'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. What do you think about the Slender Man girls?
Me personally, they're just psychos.
Whew, they are definitely psycho.
Like, I, I don't even know what to like. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. I mean, a lot of people feel badly for them because they are definitely mentally ill. Attempting to kill their friend to appease creepypasta is pretty out there.
Well,
Um,
I know a lot of mentally ill people that I'm friends with that aren't gonna
don't kill
kill
people.
anybody.
Yeah, that don't try to kill people. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's the issue with it is that if you are so mentally ill that you are trying to kill people, like what do we do with you? That's
Right.
you shouldn't really be out in public. You don't really belong there. But of course some people also say that, considering their age because they were 12 at the time that, now they have grown and matured and, they've got their mental health in check so they shouldn't be a danger to society. It's a tough choice because, why make somebody rot in prison for the rest of their life, you know? But
That's
it's not up to
crazy.
me. And that's always been
Yeah.
my opinion. It's up to the girl who survived it, what their fate is, I
Yeah.
think. I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
that makes sense. Like, okay, so the girl that they did it to, did she have mental problems as well?
No, she wasn't like a part of their Slender Man crew.
Okay.
She was just one of their friends that's who they decided to attack, to kill as a sacrifice to Slender Man.
I don't see there's things where like I feel bad for people and some things that happen, but this one it's hard for me to feel bad for them. It's just like
Well,
I feel bad for the person it happened to.
right. I mean, because if it was your kid that it happened to, you'd be like, "Fuck you! You can stay in prison forever."
Well, yeah, I mean, my parents wouldn't get me out of jail for a $250 bond. They made me stay in there. So like, no, if you I'm going to do the same thing for my kids. Like, well, guess what?
Oops, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as like the victim's family and stuff,
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that goes. Again, I think that that's up to them. I don't think
Mm-mm.
anybody else really has that choice, or you can have an opinion on it, but like at the end of the day, I mean, she's the one that has to live her life knowing whether or not they're free, and
Right.
how terrifying for her that one of them escaped. I can't even begin to fucking imagine what she felt. So but we'll see what happens with it. It'll be interesting, like I said, going forward to see how the courts handle it because they've definitely given a lot more sympathy to these little girls who are now not so little anymore, um, than they have most criminals. And so that is, yeah,
Yeah.
well, developing story. We'll see what happens.
So, I had one news. Now I have two because I read a headline earlier, but I thought it was the same one from like a few years ago. But I just looked it up and it's actually posted 10 hours ago. So
Oh,
you remember a couple years ago when that woman was considered dead but then came back to life?
so just one woman? I mean, there's been a
Yeah, I
multiple.
remember she was they were like she was in the coffin and everybody thought she was dead and then she like woke up. Do you remember that? It happened a couple years ago.
Not that one in particular, no.
Okay, so there's another one that just happened. A Thai woman found alive in her coffin. So the 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 woman was in a Buddhist temple and her brother picked the coffin up to get cremated and he has the coffin in the back of the pickup truck and he hears knocking. Well, they get to the place where they do the cremations and he heard knocking again. So they open the coffin and the woman's laying there, her eyes are open, she's like knocking on the coffin cuz she's still alive.
Okay.
Like, this is
Well,
crazy stuff.
it happens a lot, though. A lot.
He
It is
said,
horrifying,
I heard
yeah.
a faint knock coming from the coffin. And he says, I was a bit surprised, so I asked them to open the coffin, and everyone was startled. He said, I saw her opening her eyes slightly and knocking on the side of the coffin. She must have been knocking for quite some time.
Oh, poor thing. Oh my gosh.
I guess she was bedridden for about 2 years when her health deteriorated, and then she became unresponsive. Appearing to stop breathing for 2 days, the brother then placed her in a coffin and made the 500-kilometer, 300-mile journey to a hospital in Bangkok, to which the woman had previously expressed a wish to donate her organs. So
Oh,
they were
wow.
about to, like, tear her up.
Wow. How is she doing
Mm,
now, does it say?
Um,
Sometimes they die, like, shortly after,
mm,
like, within hours or days.
Right, the other woman from a couple years ago, she died a week later, but this it doesn't say.
So she still
Um,
could? Yeah, that's
yeah. Well, this was only wrote 10 hours ago, so
oh, okay, so very fresh.
it said Temple would cover her medical expenses.
Oh, well, gee, thanks. That's
Right.
nice.
Right.
Oh my
I mean, I
gosh.
guess that's good. And then this is a cute, creepy one. A motorist in North Carolina escaped injury when the carcass of a cat crashed into the passenger side of his front windshield on the highway. He called 911 and said that a bald eagle just dropped a cat on me.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's not like a huge news deal, but it was funny to me. Like, can you just imagine
That would be pretty horrifying, actually.
a
Yeah.
cat, just a dead cat, just comes through your windshield?
Yeah.
But it
Wow.
says the 911 dispatcher, like, told him, I do believe you, and then started laughing at him.
I started laughing at him. What an asshole.
I would too, especially right now.
Was he injured?
No, he came with no injuries.
Okay, well, that's good. But the but the cat though, right? That's
Mhm.
safe to say. It's
Cat was screwed.
oh, poor kitty cat. Wow. And the bald eagle lost its lunch.
Right. It said that the cat had to have dropped like 65 miles an hour.
Wow. I love that there's people that are just like, well, let me figure out the trajectory of this
Right.
cat and how far it was dropped from and at what speed. I wish I could get paid to do shit like that.
It's like those math questions you find in the workbooks.
Yeah. Yeah. If a cat is dropped from 50 feet in the air, heading south
Oh,
at 15 miles per hour. Ah, gosh.
I
That's
told Brandon
good
that
stuff.
Antiques Roadshow probably wasn't going to be on tonight because it's Thanksgiving weekend, so they probably had some like Pilgrim special on. And he just texted me. He said, it's good for their health because it's on tonight. Good, no one's going to get that threatening email from you again.
I'm like an antiques roadshow. Well, I'm glad they're still sticking to the holidays, like we are, trying to lift people's spirits during. Sometimes it's a rough time of year for people, and I can tell you it is a rough time of year for about 574 individually recognized groups of people in America.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into it. But first, it is Thanksgiving. I mean, we don't want to get into the terrible, dark, dirty pathways of this holiday unless we, of course, give some thanks. So I thought that would be fun. Um, I'll start. How about I'll start us off? I'll give some
Oh, like
thanks.
we're really giving thanks. Okay.
Yes, it's really for real. We're doing it. It's
Okay, start
Thanksgiving,
it
right?
off.
So of course I want to thank the listeners of this podcast. Really, genuinely, thank you guys. If people didn't come on here week after week and listen to me talk about stuff, well, I probably wouldn't do it. But for some reason, you guys keep coming back for more, and I love you for it. I love you for it. You give me an excuse to act unhinged very publicly every single week, and I can't thank you enough for that. Nobody else lets me do that. So, thank you, listeners. I don't know if you want to give thanks for something. You can.
Are we like going back and forth? Or are we just doing it all in one shot here?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll give another thanks. I would like to thank my co-host Cassie for showing up and being here, even when life is hard. Just to come on and talk about whatever's weird this week with me. That is awesome. I appreciate the heck out of you. And of course, thanks to producer Nate for doing the hard job and having to go through and edit this whole episode. He really does a lot of heavy lifting. You guys have no idea. And I can't thank him enough. That was my thanks. That's all I got.
Like,
I'm not
sorry,
thinking
my
of anything
my
else.
kid just got home and he's running through the house screaming, "Drugs! Lots of drugs! Lots of
Oh,
drugs!"
drugs. Did he bring home some drugs?
He better not.
Thankful for your kid not bringing home drugs.
Right. Okay. I'm thankful for Asher and Nate and the guys from D20. They all said that I was very good for this job. So now I have something to do on Monday nights. And for the rest of the listeners for letting me actually talk weird so my brain doesn't explode with normal people here in this community. Um
Normal people. You live in Amish country. There's nothing normal about that.
no, they think
Oh,
they're normal.
well, that's
And I'm
fair.
just like the devil.
Congratulations.
Yes. And I'm thankful that even though not healthy, everybody's still alive right now in this house. And sometimes it gets a little scary around here. Um, yeah, let's just here's to a new year and to get through this one safe and alive.
Oof, it's coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dark days of winter are upon us.
Mhm.
The fact that it gets dark at 5 p.m. right now, I'm like, I hate this. I forgot.
Right. Oh, let me add on to that. I'm thankful for Eric and Carrie too because Krampusnacht's amazing, and everybody should head to Erie on Saturday, December 6th for Krampusnacht to see the awesome band Slayer and the raffles and the costume contest. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Gosh, I'm so jealous. I wish I
You
could go.
ask your date. Ask your date guy.
I might.
It's not like he won't have fun.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
And
I
it's not supposed to be a snowstorm, so it's fine.
you say that, and then guess what's gonna fucking happen? You're jinxing it.
Shh. I'm not jinxing. I'm putting optimistic thoughts in the air.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, let's get into it. It is hard to talk about a weird topic for Thanksgiving. There aren't that many.
Yeah,
There's
there's
like
not really a lot.
right. There's like no massive UFO hysteria that happened on Thanksgiving Day. Um, there's no cool Turkeyman cryptids or anything. You guys need to get on that internet. Um,
Come on, creepypasta writers.
right. Create you a Turkeyman. We need it. With his gizzards and I don't know, just make a turkey man. You got to do it. But I thought that it would be neat to kind of do something a little bit different and maybe not different from other people. I can't say we're the first ones to ever do this, but I thought we should talk about like the real Thanksgiving. Like,
I tried to tell Brandon about it, and he said that I was a liar and I jumped on the conspiracy theory wagon. I said, "You're stupid."
there's not a conspiracy. This is
That's
fact.
what I told him.
The
And he
conspiracy
started
is that it was
explaining to
every
me
time.
what Thanksgiving was, and I'm like, "That's what they told you in school."
That is right. It is what they told you in school about Thanksgiving is, I'll give it this. It's not necessarily a lie, but it's not the whole truth either.
Not at
So
all. It's the truth without the bad parts.
they right. They took everything the only good parts at all, and told it to you. So what I learned in school, start there, about
Mhm.
Thanksgiving was basically, the Pilgrims came to, of course, they landed at Plymouth Rock on the Mayflower, and they showed up and they were not doing well. So the Native Americans stepped in and helped them to thrive by teaching them how to, sow the land, right, and have a good harvest, and how to fish their local fish, and what to do to survive in those farts. I'm a 12-year-old boy. Um, what to do to survive in those parts, because they were unfamiliar with the area, right? And so once they had a good harvest, they all sat down, they had a big giant feast, and they were good, happy friends. And the end. We didn't kill any of them at all, and they're all alive and well today.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much? I mean, is that?
I mean, that's exactly what I learned in school.
I mean, that's what it is. And so now we continue to celebrate Thanksgiving to celebrate, our forefathers discovering this area, I guess, and starting America, right?
And we have giant parades with big floats and
With big floats, yeah, big floats. We got big honking turkey breasts and big old ham hocks, and we eat till we drop. So
yep.
like they did back in the day. But that is not.
They
I mean,
dropped, but I don't know if it was because of the turkey.
that's just not really what happened. Um, So, history is very convoluted. We don't really talk about history prior, in America anyway, prior to the Puritans coming in the 1600s. And
And that's weird to me. Like
it is.
like nothing existed before the Puritans got here.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, it was a,
Mhm.
a godless nation. So it wasn't quite kosher. But that's just totally incorrect. The Native Americans at the time, which there were tons of. I mean, as populated as any other fucking continent, because people lived everywhere, all over the world. They very much had their own society going on at the time. And people in England and other countries as well, they had been trading with the Native Americans for at least as early as the 1500s. You
Mhm.
know, probably even earlier. I mean, these people have been around since the dawn of time. We don't really have an exact date on when the different continents connected with each other. It just isn't there. We have speculation based off of various writings, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because you would have one person that's like, oh, I discovered this area and nobody else did. And then you'd have another person that's like, well, I discovered this area and nobody else did. But they didn't have like phones where they could call each other and be like, hey, did you hear about that area? You know? So again, we don't really know exactly how long had been going on for, but we know that about around the 1500s, the climate of trade started to drastically change, right? So the specifically what we're talking about today are the Algonquins, because they're the majority of the people all along the East Coast over there. So they're the ones that are in contact with the English, because that's again mostly the relationship that we're discussing today. But the Algonquins make up, people are like, oh, Algonquin, I've heard that term. They make up a ton of other tribes in between,
Mhm.
right? Algonquin is more of a not necessarily a geographical demographic. It's more of
Did
a
you ever
people.
notice in school too, like there wasn't like set tribes. It was just Native Americans.
It's just just the
Yeah.
Native Americans.
I
Which
was
is like
thinking about that today. I'm like, I don't know if I can pronounce some of these names.
I've never heard this before. I'm just a white person. Right. It's like when white people are like, oh, all black people look the same, or all Asians can't drive, or whatever. I mean, it's just a
Mhm.
generalization to kind of take away from who they are individually. And as time kind of went on, just referring to them as Native Americans, like I said, even to this day, we're very guilty of that, because there are still 574 recognized tribes,
Wow.
which it seems like a lot because you've never heard of them, but some of them are on the verge of extinction.
Right.
So a lot of
Doesn't mean that there's 500 and whatever extremely large populated tribes.
no, not at all, not at all. But that is a very small pool compared to what we had, and we're gonna kind of get into why. So again, they were trading off different goods and things like they did back in the day, but things started to sour when the English had started kidnapping various Algonquin members and selling them into slavery.
Yeah.
The slave trade was alive and well. So they would show up, and you definitely had people at that time that were like, I because it's like, oh, that's just how it was back then. No, there are individuals that I definitely read about. I'm not going to get too far into that were like totally against the trading of people. Like they were not
Yeah.
into human trafficking.
Like, there were still good people. Like, minds do work differently.
So, I mean, even back then, even though people are like, oh, that was normal, no, they still knew it was fucking wrong and they still were doing it.
Right.
Um,
Sometimes I try to think, like, if I lived back in the slave days, like, I think I would still realize that that's wrong to do to people.
you probably shouldn't take people on as slaves. That's what the fuck, and we
Right.
called them savages. How dare we? So they are coming in and they're like, oh, hey, I got some, stuff to trade you. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Totally. Okay. Well, I'm going to go get the stuff that I'm going to trade you. I'm going to leave you here with my 3 daughters. I'll be right back. And when they came back, the daughters were gone. And the men who, who were trading. Um,
Hmm.
so of course they were getting pretty pissed off. Like, look, we're not going to keep trading with you if you're going to keep coming here and stealing our people.
I think that would have been a no go and done with after the first time it happened. There's no, we're not going to keep trading with you.
You would think, and so I mean, as word kind of spread amongst the different tribes, and what was going on, I mean, they became pretty pissed off. But another thing started happening in mass, and that was the tragedy of epidemic after epidemic after epidemic, and killing these people off. So as different people are coming together from different countries, they're trading and mingling their illnesses,
Yeah.
and these people don't have an immunity to those illnesses, so therefore it is killing them. And
They're
so
also
they're
dirty.
well, yeah, they spent weeks on a boat just to get there. They don't have
Well,
soap.
yeah, but they believed, like, back in the day, they believed that taking baths and cleaning yourself was unhealthy for you. So, like, the Native Americans, whatever tribe they were with, were trying to tell them, like, "No, hey, you need to bathe, you stink.
Wash your
Um,
fucking hands
you
before you
keep
go
getting
near
us sick." And they weren't they were literally trying to teach them how to be, like, a self-loving person, and they just weren't grasping it.
They're like, yeah, no. So, by the time the 1600s had rolled around, about 90% of the Native American population was completely decimated.
That's
Well,
horrible.
yeah, whether it be by via slave trade or illness, it didn't matter. They had really taken a toll on their people. But, that still didn't really make much of a difference because they were still, so the Puritans were still very much outnumbered when the settlers, when the colonists, when they came over, were still outnumbered by the Native American population, which just goes to show these weren't savage, primitive people. These were people with an established culture and homes and villages
Mhm.
and things like that, with their own set of politics and ways of life. It wasn't they weren't cavemen like a lot of the times they're kind of more portrayed to be.
Right.
They
It's not like what
definitely
you see on TV.
no, not at all. And so did they have a spiritual belief? Of course, but so did the
Yeah.
Puritans, and that's why they ended up coming to America to begin with.
But all Native Americans didn't wear full headdresses all the time, and they definitely didn't look the same, and
Yeah, right. So, eventually the Native American population, the ones that remained, would learn to associate the Puritans with disease, death, and demise. And of course, some of that was spiritually driven. They were trying to figure out what the cause was. They didn't really understand what was going on with the illness exactly. They just knew that they were being plagued with it, and it was spreading quickly and taking out their people. So to go back, still, we're not at Thanksgiving yet, the quote unquote Thanksgiving that we've all been told. Um, This story has to be told too because this is very important. In 1619, a member of the Pawtucket, I think that's how you say it. I'm going to say it Pawtucket tribe named Tisquantum, or otherwise known in mythos as Squanto, which
Oh my gosh. That didn't even click to me.
Tisquantum was Squanto. Yeah. I did not deep dive into where Squanto came from. I very much know that is a racial slur. We should not use it. I may as well have just dropped the N word on the show. Um,
Yeah, let's not do that.
it's bad. It's not quite that bad. People refer to him as Squanto in our cartoon specials and stuff, but his name was Tisquantum. Okay.
Okay. That was one that I didn't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, Tisquantum. He would escape slavery in England, where he had been basically held against his will since about 1614. So in 1614, he was one of the people taken into slavery. He was actually sold off to somebody in Spain. There's not a lot of information of how he went from Spain to England. And
Hmm.
there's really not even, there's speculation, but there's not like a concrete way of how he went from England to New England again. But in 1619, he had returned. Now, during his time as a slave, something imperative happened, and that was he was taught English.
Yeah, like really good English.
Yeah. And this was something that, none of the Native Americans had the advantage over. I mean, I'm sure that they all learned amongst themselves how to communicate in some fashion because they were
Mhm.
doing successful trades, but he could hold conversations between both parties of people, both Algonquin and both English speakers. When he returned home, he found that his whole village had been completely wiped out. So there was nobody left, none of his family, anybody at all.
No, it
So
said like a pile of bones.
yeah, it was just all nothing. So he went and lived with the Wampanoag tribe under the rule of Chief Massasoit. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the famous Squanto. Like I said, that people talk about Squanto like he is the hero of the story, and to be quite honest with you, he really kind of is. Um, so in 1620, the Mayflower would eventually land at Plymouth Rock, which is not actually what happened. They did not land at Plymouth Rock. Have you seen Plymouth Rock?
Yes.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't been there in person. I'm just online.
Why? I don't know. People have. I've not been there to see it with my own eyes, but it is literally like a boulder that you could just like pick up and toss at somebody.
Yeah, we're not landing on it.
Right. They may be scraped up against it, probably.
They make it
Um,
sound like the iceberg the Titanic hit.
right. And it's just the tiniest, it's a little pebble. It's
I think
Plymouth
like
Rock.
the plaque that's on it is bigger than the actual boulder.
I think you're actually right about that.
Yeah.
It is very, very pitiful. So again, they didn't actually come and land on Plymouth Rock. They probably pulled up somewhere around Cape Cod, and then from there pulled up to the various shores in the area. There wasn't like a set spot that they showed up on. They're just like, oh hey, we're here, you know. But of course, tourism's got a tourist, so they're gonna brand a rock Plymouth Rock and put it out there for all to see and enjoy and pay
Why
money.
did they pick the smallest rock in the community though? Couldn't they just like went to the Cape and saw the mountainside and been like,
There it is. That's the rock, right?
it's Plymouth Rock?
That's a really good question. I should have called the visitor center and just asked that. Like, why'd you guys? Why are you doing this? Just to see what they had to say. Um, but the colonists, they were there on a mission, right? These are Puritans there on a mission to bring Christianity to that part of the world, of course, and that was like the big thing. But the reality was they probably just wanted to kind of get away and just go do something else for a while.
Hmm.
And they decided, well, that land looks fresh. Let's go over there. And
Let's go
they
over
just
there and ruin it.
let's just ruin all of it. So they do. They show up in 1620, and man, they struggled bad. Like, they didn't know how to do anything.
Right?
They had no clue. And they were really having a hard time, just trying to survive. I mean, they didn't know how the crops worked there. They
Mhm.
really weren't familiar with the livestock, the local wildlife there, to know what the fuck they were doing in order to take care of himself.
It's kinda like if you took away all the Kardashians' housing staff and, like, work advisors and stuff, would they know how to life?
No, nope. They would be at the mercy of Tisquantum, because they would have no idea.
One of them probably dated him.
Oh, they wish. They wish they could have a manly man like Tisquantum. Um, So Tisquantum actually noticed that there were these people from England, which obviously he didn't recognize them exactly, but he recognized their race.
Right.
Because the area that they had settled into was actually his old stomping ground, his village. And he had actually spoken with Massasoit and was like, "Hey, these new people, they're like legit. They've got a lot of really cool stuff." And he was like telling him stories about all the fancy shit that they had, well, that he knew
Mhm.
about because he was a slave in that time. And how he really thought that they could help out, that we should try to make friends with these people and maybe they could help us. Specifically, um, the specifically, they were in a war with another tribe. I don't know, the Narragansett tribe. I don't know how to say it. I'm white, y'all. Sorry.
Sounds good to
Um,
me.
but there was like kind of a war going on at that
Mhm.
time between various tribes, people, various Native
Yeah.
Americans, different tribes. They were dueling it out, right? They're having turf wars. That's human history, and Tisquantum thought that, again, these people could be of value. Well, Massasoit kind of had considered it a little bit because they did have politics at play here and they were at war with this other tribe. And so, but he didn't know which way to swing it. Um, there was the advantage of, well, let's befriend the white people and maybe they could help us, take out these other people. But there was also the other side to it where he could get together with his rival tribe and be like, "Hey, those white people, why don't we kill them together and take all their stuff?" Um, at this point in time, the Native Americans absolutely had the advantage over any of the colonists in the area. Again, they were completely outnumbered by these people. At any time, they could have absolutely done that. Just raided their village, taken
Mhm.
over, killed everybody, and pillaged and had whatever they wanted, and that would be and then more would come, but they'd take them out too. That's fine. Wouldn't have been a big deal. But Musso was feeling, I guess, froggy, so he took the gamble. He trusted Tisquantum, and he wanted to know what these people had to offer them. So he gave them the go ahead and they would eventually show up with the tribe. There's kind of some variants to the story. There's one part of the story that says that the Puritans, the Pilgrims, they did have a harvest, and in their celebration of this harvest, which wasn't a big one, but in their celebration of the harvest, they were shooting off their guns. I mean, that was a big
Yeah.
thing. They had guns and
Mhm.
Native Americans didn't. But they shot off their guns, and so it kind of triggered the Wampanoag to come check out what the fuck was going on because they thought they were under attack. And when they got there, they found out, oh, it's a celebration. Oh shit, there's food. Well, I'm staying. It's like the neighbor that encroaches on your barbecue. But we don't really know that for sure. And it seems like the more likely scenario is that, again, they had a reason to make friends with these people, their guns. And so they went ahead and made friends with these people and saw that they were struggling and they had a lot to offer them because they could teach them how to farm the land. They could teach them how to hunt, what's valuable, what's edible.
Mhm.
And that is basically what took place here. And Tisquantum kind of became the, I mean, he wasn't just the interpreter. Like, he started hanging out with the Pilgrims like they were buds.
Oh yeah. He was kind of
And
like
oh,
the
go ahead.
middleman for everything.
Yeah, he was, and
Mhm.
so, I mean, he could communicate between the 2, and that was great and wonderful, but, he seemed to like what the Pilgrims kinda had to offer in way of, lifestyle and things like that. It seems like
Right.
he was getting down with their culture, and he wanted to get some of that, so he was there getting
Oh
some of
yeah.
it. All the while, like I said, teaching them how to live. So they go through a year of this, of course, because it takes time to build, to build a colony. And they go through a year of this, and as the year surpasses, it was fruitful. It was a very fruitful harvest. They ended up successfully being able to, have food and eat, and that's a really big deal in these times.
Right,
Um,
but how many of the English settlers were robbing the Wampanoag of their food and stuff because they couldn't figure out how to do it?
and they definitely were, and the Wampanoag were, Massasoit. He was a kind of a mean man.
Mhm.
He was a stern ruler. He was a stern leader, and he was getting pretty pissed off at these people because they were kind of leeching off of him, and he's not really seeing the advantage because they're not shooting his enemies.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's kind of becoming tensions are increasing. But this is where the quote unquote first Thanksgiving actually takes place. A year after this harvest, they of course celebrate. And they do. They all sit down and they have a feast. And at this time, the settlers they did share finally with the Wampanoag. Finally,
Because
after
they learned how to do it the right way. They
they
had
did.
stuff to share.
And so they did finally share, and Massasoit was kind of like, okay. I mean, he showed up, he came,
Right.
and and they were all there, but it wasn't like they didn't sit around the table and go, what should we call this thing that we're doing, eating together? Let's call it
Mhm.
Thanksgiving. Um, that term was something that didn't come until way, 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 way later. And the Wampanoag and the Pilgrims, they both had, I've called them like 20 different names, but they're all the same people.
Mhm.
The white people, that is. They both individually had their own cultural celebrations. Celebrating a harvest is something that has been done since forever.
Oh yeah.
We have a very rich history from a multitude of different cultures of people celebrating fertility and life and goodness, and they usually have some type of big celebration right before the colder months come in, to kind of lift their spirits to get through the dark times of winter, because winter will fucking kill you you know
Well, I, when you put it that way, yeah, a lot easier back then than now, for sure. Now we have like seasonal depression. Back there, you
Yeah,
had to worry about freezing to actual death.
yeah. Which seasonal depression, pretty neat topic. You guys should look into that. It does come from our roots. It is very real.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, definitely. So they would, like I said, try to kind of lift their spirits up, and then of course they would plan for making it through that long, scary winter. Which I'm sure we'll get into plenty of other topics pertaining to winter this season, but we're not there yet. So, and that was great. They had a great time that one day, that one time. It
Yeah,
lasted like 3 days, but
it was a
it
party.
it was a party. Um, it was pretty short-lived. Massasoit started definitely feeling some type of way about what was going on. He ended up feeling like Tisquantum was a type of traitor to him.
I could see that.
Yeah, because it wasn't just the people in the Mayflower there at this point. You would still have colonizers that were still coming over
Hmm.
to set up shop somewhere, and then now they have to teach them also. You still had people, human traffickers coming over and taking their women and children and men and taking them away, and they never see them again. You still had the illnesses that were running rampant. I mean, you still had all of this bad stuff that was happening surrounding these people, and all the while, all Massasoit wanted was a couple of guns so that he could shoot his rival tribe.
Right? He didn't even want to shoot the pilgrimers or the the colonists or anybody
No.
like that.
He wanted to shoot
He
somebody
wanted to
else.
shoot his cousin, like
Wasn't happening, and so he was not getting his way. And like I said, he kind of thought that Tisquantum maybe had some ulterior motives, and maybe he did. Like I said, he was definitely enjoying his life,
Mhm.
Tisquantum, with the white people.
He
um
was a smart guy. Like, of course he had ulterior motives.
so one day, Massasoit and his Wampanoag folk show up to the camp, right, the village, and they are demanding Tisquantum. Not just that, they're going to kill him, and they have made that very clear. They are there to end his life because he is a dirty, rotten traitor.
Mm.
So the white people in question, which actually did not seem too terrible of people, I will be honest with you, this general group of settlers did seem genuinely thankful for the Native Americans. They weren't on board. Like anytime a new group of white people would come in and do their bullshit, they'd be like, no, that's not us. Like, we're not with them. We don't believe in what they believe in. We're not doing that. Like I said, they did seem genuinely thankful and want to integrate into that society, but we're talking about a very small group of people compared to all the different nations, because it's not just the English that are coming around, it's the French, it's the Spanish. I mean, it's all these different nations that are coming around and causing damage. And they claim that they were not a part of it. And this is important because when Massasoit came to collect the head of Tisquantum,
Mhm.
they kind of get into a disagreement. The settlers are like, well, you can't take him because he's the only one that can translate between us. Like, if you do this, we can't talk to you. And we can't give you our guns to help you shoot those people that you talk about hating all the time.
Ooh, keep them in the grasp right there.
And which is probably why they didn't make good on their end of the deal, honestly, is because they were 100% gaining way more from it than they had to lose, or
Okay.
they had to give up. And so they needed to kind of keep their cards close to them. I mean, that was all they had, was they had something that the Native Americans wanted. And if they gave that up, there was no reason for the Native Americans to continue to help them. And they
Mhm.
weren't quite established yet. So they still very much needed that help. Because not only were they getting food and clothes and bullshit off of these people, resources off of these people, they're also getting protection from the other Native American tribes in the area that definitely had the bright idea to just go ahead and kill those white people over there. Which frankly they should have just done. They should
Yeah.
have just done it. It would have been a different world if they would have just kept killing them. You want to come over here? We'll just keep killing you.
Yep.
So while they're having this argument, they spot another ship in the distance, and they're like, oh, fuck, here we go again. And it's another group of people who, are not a part of either groups, right? They're not there for the Native Americans to be friends with them. They're not there for the English settlers to be friends with them. They thought that maybe it was the French. They didn't know. I don't remember who it ended up being. But, for the moment, they kind of set aside their differences. Tisquantum was fine, and they both kind of went to battle against this other ship that shows up, and it was just all a fucking hot mess.
Hold on, they landed on the wrong rock. You know? They didn't tell us any of this shit was happening.
They're like, oh, is this isn't Rolling Rock? No, this is Plymouth. Rolling is down the way a little bit. Oh, well, can we just stay here? No. Well, we're going to anyway. We got guns, motherfucker. So, he was saved in that moment. However, eventually, Tisquantum's life would be cut short. Not very long after. He did a lot of missionary work with the early settlers, and he would contract an illness that would kill him. But there is some debate and some conspiracy at play that this wasn't a mystery illness, that Massasoit actually poisoned
Mm-hmm.
Tisquantum. and he is the cause, for that illness, because these assassination attempts and well, successes, these assassinations, were not. It wasn't an unfamiliar act of war at that time, and that was definitely something that they would do. And so that was something that they potentially did to Tusquanum to kind of get him out of the way, to be able to start now attacking the white people. And as his time is ending, what happens next is basically wash, rinse, repeat. With the only translator now dead and gone, there really is no more room for peace between the people coming over and the people that are already there. And it just continued to happen in droves repeatedly. Yeah, the white people coming over, they're like, "Hey, check this out," and their buddies, the Mayflower people, are like, "Yeah, we got this. We got this." And they probably, let's be honest, they probably did have some hurt feelings over their buddy that they lost.
Oh yeah. But you gotta
And
think, like, the years that they were helping each other out and trading, no one else in both sides of those people didn't think anything was ever going to happen to them and didn't want to learn the other language.
you're absolutely correct about that. I
With
think.
everybody dropping dead all around him from disease and whatnot, like, nobody ever thought, like, huh, this guy ain't gonna live forever.
Well, the best person to teach him would have been Tisquantum, and I think that he probably did have some selfish motives,
Yeah.
behind it. So if he were to teach anybody how to work, how to, speak the language, then he wouldn't have an advantage anymore. They
And
could
then, like,
just,
94% of me completely believes that he was poisoned because he's the one in the middle of all these people for years being right up in everybody's business and never got sick. Then all of a sudden he just dies one day from an illness. Probably not.
yeah, yeah, I don't know where, just dies one day.
Like, he
He
was
was
over there for the slave
vaccinated.
trade. Like, he was used to all these. Like, it's not like he got something that he wasn't
Yeah,
around before.
yeah, he had been exposed to it, and that's certainly a possibility. Like I said, Massasoit was definitely he was kind of a scary. I don't want to meet him. He's
Right.
he's a scary guy. And I'm good on all that. So I mean, I could see him definitely doing something like that, in order to, it's not that he was making, I don't hate the guy for it. Again, this is like me trying to talk about how he's a bad guy is definitely me whitewashing it. He's not a bad guy. It's just that he was doing what he thought was best for his people at the time.
Yeah.
And that was protecting them by all means, because they just kept having these fucking white people come over and steal their people and get them sick and kill them. All the while he's just trying to make it among, a tribe amongst all these other tribes that are also having war with each other. Because that's another thing people talk about. We don't feel bad for the Native Americans, they were killing each other. Yeah, but like we were also killing each other over in Europe,
Right.
and like most of us didn't become
We
extinct
do
from
the
it.
same thing now. Like,
Yeah.
who
Right.
cares?
Like, that's not above and beyond harming another. These people came over here deliberately to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's that's the big difference, and we're just gonna leave it alone. Again, they didn't. Europeans didn't go extinct. That's the part that matters. So, like I said, they just kind of continue this song and dance forever. The white people they have a huge military advantage. They have guns. The Native
Mm,
Americans had numbers, but the white people had guns. And you don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
no.
I mean, that's just science. It's just the way it
Right?
is. And eventually, as more and more people started coming over with the advantage now of a whole village who knew how to do everything, they didn't need the Native Americans anymore. And so, as the years went forward, tides kind of changed a little bit, and things just continued to get worse and worse. All the while, every single year, everybody, the white people, the tribes, the everybody are having some type of yearly harvest celebration, because they
Mhm.
always had before and they always will after, as we know in 2025, and we're still doing it, right?
Yeah.
So that part wasn't really unusual. So how the fuck does this end up becoming Thanksgiving? because now we're a couple of hundred years removed. I'm not going to get into um, the wars and just all the many years and all the many stories of all the different ways that we decided to kill. I keep saying we. I didn't do it, but they decided to kill Native Americans.
Hmm. Yeah, don't put me
Um,
in that that
yeah,
grouping.
yeah, not me. No, my family is very Italian. They came in the 1940s, and so I don't. I'm with y'all. Um, it took us a while to colonize. So anyway, so how did we get to the point of it being Thanksgiving? Well, honestly, the politics of all of this really were a big deal. As history continues to be made going forward, we're kind of starting, I mean, believe it or not, kind of starting to feel a little bit guilty about what we
Yeah.
did to these people as they disappeared.
Yep.
But instead of going, man, we fucked up, maybe we should take some accountability for this. We should just throw a cute story on it and call it Thanksgiving. And that's basically, I mean, where we ended up going with this. It was proposed. There were, people say that George Washington had some type of Thanksgiving, something or the other, but it wasn't called Thanksgiving quite yet. Some type of yearly national celebration that we had. But Thanksgiving wouldn't actually come into play until Abe Lincoln
Yep.
would call it Thanksgiving. And originally he had it the third Thursday of every November, but then FDR came and he changed it to the fourth Thursday. I don't know why.
Just to do it.
Just because FDR came in, he did a whole bunch of shit, and he's like,
Right.
"That's one of them." I think it's because, like, right then, like when he first did it, people would still get confused and celebrate it the third Thursday, and then they'd be like, "Oh, that's right, it's next week," and then they would do it the next week also. He just wanted to eat twice. That was what it was.
Probably.
Um, and then just, as the world continues on, as you guys know, we have continued to add on other things to this great celebration that we have created. Nowadays it is more of the start of the Christmas season. Well, Christmas comes earlier and earlier every year, and that's a fact. I mean, really,
Every year.
people say that, but like, no, for real. Because like when I was a kid, it was like right after Thanksgiving, right? Because you'd see Santa Claus on the Macy's Day Parade. You
Right.
knew it's
Mhm.
Christmas time. But now it's immediately after Halloween. It's Christmas time.
Yeah. Like Halloween's not even here yet, and they're taking down Halloween stuff in the stores and putting Christmas stuff up.
And put Christmas stuff up. So, it's kind of starting to be overtaken a bit by Christmas, but not just because of Christmas, but because as we've continued to grow a little bit, there's definitely people like we barely celebrate Christopher Columbus Day.
That's not even a day anymore, is it? Isn't it called Indigenous People Day?
Now it's Indigenous People Day. Uh-huh. And well, and there are still people that are like, it's Christopher Columbus Day.
Yeah, the
And
idiot.
yeah, I mean they're gonna die on that hill. Yeah, Christopher Columbus Day.
The idiots
No,
who never even looked up a picture of Plymouth Rock. Don't even know how little it is.
it's so small. I don't. I mean, we can replace as many holidays as we want to with Indigenous People Day. I mean, they
So what
deserve
I
it.
don't understand is okay, like when we were in school, when we were little, we always had Columbus Day off because it was a holiday. But as soon as they change it to Indigenous People Day, they have to go to school that day.
That's a good point.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
You're absolutely right about that. It's not really much of a federally recognized holiday like it used
Right.
to be.
Mm-mm.
It's just white people still shitting all over anybody else that's not white.
Right? Stupid
Um,
gringos.
gosh, terrible. So like I said, as we kind of continue, Thanksgiving is definitely something else now. Now we're kind of trying to rebrand it as something to be thankful for. I can't really think the last time there was like a kids holiday special about Thanksgiving.
Charlie Brown?
And that's a long time. That's
That's
a
what I'm
long
saying.
time.
Like, there's not
Yeah.
really anything.
So I think that we are trying to kind of get away from that. I do know that, as a mom to a kid in school, they've definitely gone over the typical stuff, right? The Native
Right.
Americans taught them how to harvest, taught them how to fish, taught them how to this, that, and the other, but they still don't really get into like the real history of like what we've done to these people, you
I
know.
think if I was a teacher and I wanted to teach the kids about like the real Thanksgiving without getting in too much trouble, I would just show the Addams Family movie, the one with Christina Ricci where they're at the camp and
Yes.
she overtakes the play and makes it the real Thanksgiving and is like has the like Indian, like the Native Americans like on the over the fire and
Yep.
like tied up and
Yeah, that's the play they should put on every year for
right. Like the Native
yeah.
Americans are like they have the headdresses on even but they're like tying the people up and duct taping them and like holding their spears up to their chest.
I always forget about that scene, man, and that was in the 90s, so it's not like we don't know.
Right, we know.
Yeah, we know, we just don't talk about it, and, that's really fucked up. One of my favorite, King of the Hill jokes this time of year is, Dale asked John Redcorn, "Hey, do your people even celebrate Thanksgiving?" And he's like, "We did once." It's like, damn,
I've seen that episode. That was hilarious.
that's yep, spin the choice. That's one of their Thanksgiving episodes. Yeah, we did once. Um, but it's very sad. So obviously, modern day Native Americans don't really celebrate Thanksgiving.
No, probably not.
Not in that way, but they
No, but they
do
do
have.
celebrate.
Right. Because we always have had some type of celebration, no matter what color, what country, what time period you're from, that celebrates a bountiful harvest. Again,
Mhm.
it's just kind of a nice thing that we do to raise our spirits, to show thanks for the previous year that we're still alive, especially back in those days because most not everybody was a year later. But nowadays it's just kind of more of a formality. It gives us a time to stop and pause and enjoy. That's why I never understand people that are like, you see all the memes and stuff about all the people that like have to get together with their family and they hate it and it's awful. And it's like, "Oh, you don't have to though. Like, you know that, right?" Like, you could just not. You could do
Right.
whatever you want on Thanksgiving.
Right, you could like, we do not see everybody's like Brandon and his mom were sick this week, so we were supposed to have Thanksgiving on Sunday, but we
Yeah.
didn't because they were sick. Well, now they're more sick, so we're not probably not gonna have Thanksgiving this week, and I'm just like, please do not have Thanksgiving. Like, can we just forget about it?
Skip
And it
Thanksgiving.
has nothing to do with, like, anything we just talked about, but it's like, they don't even cook their own food, they order it from somewhere. Like,
Oh,
what's the point? Like, why do we have to get
yeah.
together and do the dog and pony show and pretend like everything's perfect little showcase life? And it's like, my family's not like that.
Well, you don't have to. That's the good thing about being an adult. You don't have to.
Oh, but I do if he is.
No, he can go.
No, that's
You're
what
gonna
that.
be sick that day.
Yeah, right. They all know better than that. Come on now.
I don't understand. I mean, I have a whole big huge family that I don't talk to and see at all.
Hmm.
Which I could go to their various homes for Thanksgiving and visit them, but I don't because I don't wanna. And
Right.
we don't do that. We do Thanksgiving. We're gonna do it on Saturday, family
Okay.
Thanksgiving, and on Thanksgiving Day, me and my daughter, I think we're gonna go to the movies.
Good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna
I kind
order.
of want to see Wicked, so I might go to the movies too.
I'm gonna order a dinner. Normally I would make like some small dinner, nothing
Mhm.
crazy, because it's just me and her, and she don't eat most of that shit anyway.
Maybe I'll
But
make turkey bacon.
yeah, It's still turkey.
I don't like turkey, but I like bacon. So maybe if I do
Well,
turkey bacon.
and me neither, right? So I was like, well, what's open that day? And like, yeah, I get it. It's like, well, if you didn't visit these places, then they wouldn't be open. Okay, but if I don't visit them, they're still going to be open that day. So
Right.
I'm going to order something.
Mhm.
I'm like, we'll just go to fucking Bob Evans or Cracker Barrel, traditional white people food, and
Right.
just order whatever we want to for Thanksgiving. I mean, my God, what's
Oh, I wonder if Tudor's is open. You guys should drive to Tudor's.
we don't have a Tudor's close by.
But you're closer to West Virginia than me.
Tutors for Thanksgiving. I would be thankful for tutors on Thanksgiving.
Right?
That shit. Listen. That's good stuff.
hmm
Actually, we do have one that's decently, it's like 25 minutes away. It's not that far.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
It's not that far. Yeah. So, but I never go, and I don't know why. I don't know
You
why.
should.
It's right. It's amazing. I guess because maybe I
Mhm.
feel like if I frequent it too much, it'll lose its magic.
Oh, that's true.
But I don't think it could. Tutors is so good.
It is, but that's a lot too.
Yeah, it is a lot. But yeah, I mean that's it's like I said, it's kind of something that you should make it. You should make it your own thing. If you hate your current family tradition, um change it.
hmm
Change it. Your tradition can be whatever the fuck you want it to be, and it's yours. You're the master of your own universe. My guy, you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's crazy the amount of people that don't realize that. And I know I'm guilty of not realizing it too. Sometimes we all are.
I think
Um,
it's more like you you have to wait until like the oldest generation is gone before you can change the family traditions. You know what I mean?
I suppose so. I guess. I mean, I get why some people feel the pressure of that.
I think it's just to make them happy because they're older.
They're gonna die soon. Could be their last one. You don't want to be known as the one that ruined the last Thanksgiving.
Right?
Branded badly by the rest of the family members.
Right?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I've just, at this point in my life, have perfected the art of imploding whatever life I have at the moment and just rebuilding it up from the bottom.
hmm
So I guess it depends on your own strife and what you've been through. Um, I've never really had tradition because, like I said, every couple years I kind of take stock of everything and
Right.
get rid of all the shit I hate and just replace it with stuff I love. And eventually I'll have the life that's perfect, right? Doing it that way, you'd think.
Mhm. Like my
Um,
side of the family, we do nothing for any holiday.
really?
Yeah, nothing.
Well, and that's okay.
That's perfect.
That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all this extra. Well, but, I get together with like my immediate family. It's my mom and my sister and me, and that's pretty much it. We,
Well, my
we do
dad's in
it.
like Arizona now, so when they got divorced, there's like really like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, I don't miss it. I mean, I remember being married and we had to do his family and my family, and you know, I
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
a
have a good
lot.
time. Yeah,
Like
I
I feel
didn't.
bad for my brother.
When you have to go to two different Thanksgivings in one day, it's not fun.
And some people go to like 4.
Yeah,
How
no.
can you even eat that much? It's Thanksgiving.
I mean, some people are like, "Oh hell yeah, I got 4 Thanksgivings today. I get to eat all day," and which is fine. If you're that person, fine. That's awesome that you have 4 different points of contact that you feel supported in. But if you have four and three of them are great and one really sucks, maybe just don't go to the one that sucks. You
Yeah,
already
but how
have
do
a
you
good
know
time.
unless you go?
Well, because you go every year and it's
Oh, you mean
terrible.
like from the past? Like if one
Yeah,
sucked? Okay, I got
yeah, right. And then so then you just be like, "No, I
you. You're just
can't.
sitting there
Sorry."
waiting for cousin Jerry to text you and be like, "Man, this party blows."
Yeah,
Don't
and
even
you're like, "Oh,
bother.
it blows. I'm not going." That's pretty much, I mean, yeah, you could be like, well, sorry, I got 3 other Thanksgivings today. I'm busy. I won't be able to make
Mhm.
it to yours. Um, that's all I'm saying about it. Like I said, I just think people should take control of their life a little bit more. And I think you'd be a little less miserable if you do. It's hard. It's not easy to be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Um, Trust me, it's really, but it's worth it. It's worth your peace of mind.
I think
So
I'm gonna go like if we have Thanksgiving dinner and like we're sitting around the table and just be like, you know what? I'm glad we're sitting here celebrating the genocide of millions of native people and the theft
should.
of native lands and the
Yeah, bring it up.
relentless assault on native culture.
Yeah, bring it right up and go live on Instagram when you do it, please. So we can
Oh, that'd
share it
be
with the
the
rest of us.
best looks ever. I
We
mean,
all
but
want
that
to.
okay, so that why I say that is that's how like the natives celebrate Thanksgiving now. Like it's their day of mourning. Thanksgiving is the natives' day of
Yes.
mourning now.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're all out there making happy time with our families, and they're at home mourning.
Actually, no, they're not at home. They're at Coles Hill in Plymouth mourning around the rock.
Oh God. You can only fit two people around that rock. I don't know.
We're doing like a spiral, like it's just a never-ending circle.
I hope they bring a rock that's bigger than Plymouth Rock just to show off.
Right? It's a day of remembrance and spiritual connection, as well as protest of the racism and oppression which Native Americans continue to experience.
Yeah.
It's organized by the United American Indians of New England in 1970. The fourth Thursday in November, Thanksgiving, is recognized as the National Day of Mourning for Native Americans and their allies. Many people will gather at Coles Hill in Plymouth for an organized rally and a day of mourning on Thanksgiving.
Wow. Good for them.
Yeah,
Good for them for taking it back and making something new from it.
right.
I think again they're definitely within their reason to do so.
Hmm.
Um, I can't say it enough. People idolize Native Americans a little too much sometimes, in a weird way. I don't necessarily idolize them, but I will be the first in line to tell you that they deserve literally anything that they want. We just need to give it all to them because we have taken so much from these people, and that's something that like you or I could never possibly comprehend.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, like today, like they can't even comprehend it because how many generations ago was that?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And all of there was one guy that I had spoken with. Oh my gosh, I wish I had referenced this conversation. So when you get into cryptozoology, what you have to pretty much get into is Native American lore,
Hmm.
culture and things, and then you realize, because I certainly didn't know when I first started just how vast those cultures were, because you're talking about thousands and thousands of tribes, most of them not around anymore.
Yeah.
But there was one guy that I had talked to, and he was the last of a very specific tribe of people. He's the last one. It ends with him. He can't even procreate at this point to create more of him because he's the only one. He can't do it with himself. Um, and it was just very surreal to have that conversation about, his people being so decimated that even for him, somebody who had grown up in that culture, how little culture still exists from it. It's gone. It's lost. There are no history books with his information in there. There's just no more of it. And that's just something that we can't really comprehend because, what we're told is as modern white Americans is, this is our history. It basically started back in the 1600s, and that's that.
Right.
America.
Right.
So we have tons of culture. It's stolen culture from literally everybody else. But I can't imagine being in a position where, I mean, you probably feel very lost. You probably struggle with identity issues and things like that because you really don't have a place, and being the only one. I mean, it was wild. It's just a concept that I've never had to think about, and most people
Right.
don't. Um, So it is, very unfortunate. And then, like I said, once you get into it, you really start getting into just like Algonquin. It is a blanket term for many tribes of people. And so when people are like, oh, like the Wendigo, it's part of Algonquin, lore and culture. And it's like, okay, but which one? Do you know
Right.
that the different tribes had different types of Wendigo and what they did and what they look like and how they possess people? And some did and some didn't possess people because some were actual creatures and some were actual spirits. And, it gets very confusing. And then we just continue to this day to just shit all over it by taking one piece of one culture's lore and blanketing it on top of the whole thing, going, oh, it's Native American. We gotta stop doing that, y'all. We gotta do better.
Right.
We
Come
gotta do
on, we
better.
should do better.
We should
There's
do better.
actually from doing research on this topic, there's a book I want to get now so I can go read. It's called Lies My Teacher Told Me: Everything Your American History Textbook Got Wrong by James
Ooh,
Lowen.
I love that.
It's 480 pages, and I mean, it's a regular price book. It's like $20. Like I want to get it. I want to read it.
Well, because like tell everybody what your husband said about it when you told him what you're covering this week.
Oh yeah, he told me that I was being a part of a conspiracy theory, and he persisted to tell me that it's when Thanksgiving is when the Indians and the Pilgrims got together and had a big meal in Turkey and had a party. And I said, "That's what your teacher told you."
And there are probably so many people that just they have no clue. They just stick to that
We're
story
in
and that's what
Amish
they know.
country. That's exactly what the teacher told him.
It is, right. And they're just like, oh, that's it. There wasn't even turkey there, y'all. They had deer
Right.
and
The
fish.
tribe brought like 5 deer as like their that was their like party gift.
Which that's good eating for real.
Hell
5 deer.
yeah.
That's, they had it stacked. They were but there was no mashed potato.
No.
It's corn for sure. And,
Berries.
berries, yeah, berries and sweet potato. No, I don't think sweet potato.
Oh, I can do without that.
Not a sweet potato fan. What's your favorite
No.
Thanksgiving side dish?
Pumpkin pie.
Okay.
I'm a you know what? I gotta bring mac and cheese to Thanksgiving every year. I love mac and cheese at Thanksgiving because,
Oh
like,
yeah.
mashed potatoes and like stuffing and green bean. It's also bland.
I don't know. I like green bean casserole, but I don't have it any other time except for the holidays.
I make it because everybody else likes it, but I've never ate it because I don't like green beans.
I don't like green beans either, but I like green bean casserole.
I don't like green food. Let me just put it that way. Green is my favorite color. I do not like green food.
What about deviled eggs?
No, I don't like those.
No.
Mm-mm. I love just plain hard-boiled eggs, but I don't like the stuff they put in them for the holidays and try to make them all fancy and shit.
I like me some deviled eggs. When I was a kid, I did not like deviled. And it's weird how that changes over the years, but it does. And so I remember the very first time I had one. It was guess what at Thanksgiving, and we used
Mhm.
to do big traditional Thanksgiving when I was a kid. And I took the deviled egg and I put the entire thing in my mouth at once, not knowing that
Really?
it was going to be disgusting. The whole thing, the whole half of the egg, that deviled egg, and I sat there with my mouth full of egg looking
Mhm.
around the room, and my uncle stares at me, and he's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm just staring at him, and he's like, "Oh my god, she's choking!" And he thought I was choking, and another adult man came up and started Heimliching me. Um,
And you were just like, "Ew, this is so gross."
yeah, I got Heimlicked, by probably one of my cousins or uncles or somebody, and it was just I just didn't have it in me to. It was definitely a texture thing at that time, probably a
Mhm.
taste thing too. I couldn't even chew it, and it was a full egg, so I spit out this full egg.
Yeah.
Uh, but I like them now. They're delicious. So
But, like, I don't like turkey. I'll eat turkey if it's the dark meat, but I do not prefer turkey over anything. I like it when we have ham.
yeah, I prefer ham over turkey.
Yeah.
I like a deli turkey, little
Mhm.
turkey sandwich, little deli slices. But like an actual turkey, nah, not a fan. I get it.
Yeah. Or, like, the water chestnuts wrapped in bacon. Those are good.
I didn't. This is like a you family thing. I haven't heard this.
Oh, yeah, that was what was supposed to be what I was supposed to make for my appetizer this year before it got canceled.
You should still make yourself that. Just treat yourself.
I'm going to.
That's right.
I'm
Hell
gonna do it
yeah.
while, like, all of the kids aren't here, because Hunter would eat them all before I even got one. This kid, like, he works at a nursing home, right? Retirement facility, and he's a waiter. He serves their dinner and everything, so they get the leftovers when everybody's done, they can take home with them. This kid brought home a box of 15 egg rolls and ate them all before he got to his house. His house is 9 minutes away from his work.
Well, he's 16, right?
Yeah.
I mean, oh, to be 16 again. I wish. Well, do you have any closing thoughts on being lied to all these years about Thanksgiving or anything?
The
Anything we're talking
only
about?
statement that I have to say, if there's anybody important listening to this podcast that has the ability to change things in the school calendar, you need to get Indigenous People Day off. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be fair, man.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. Somebody needs to do something. I didn't get it off for work.
No, nobody got it off for school either, like for the last few years. But we always had it off as Christopher Columbus Day.
Yeah. I remember that.
Hmm.
You're absolutely right. But, well, okay, that's a good message. I like it. And I'm here for it. I endorse it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've pretty much covered basically everything. If you guys really want to get into it, there's tons and tons of other shit. If you want to read a lot about how we slaughtered the Native Americans as white people, you can, because we
And
did.
you don't even have to
Wow.
read it, because if you go to the actual like Native American websites about Thanksgiving, there's videos from Native Americans that tell you how it went down.
Tell you all about it. Well, and that's another thing. Ask Native Americans. Stop being afraid to ask them about stuff. Let me tell you, they're so excited. And people are like, oh, they don't want to share with us because we suck. And you're right, we do suck. And they are apprehensive of us, but they do want to share their cultures, their stories, their lives. They
Mhm.
want to share those things with people. They want to get those stories and messages out there.
Especially, you don't know, like you were saying, you talked to the last remaining one. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, people, if there's not a lot of them left, like, ask them.
Ask them. Go talk to them. You can go down, usually in your area, just research your local tribes and things like that that you have in your local area, and there will be some type of historical center for the most part, that you can go and you can talk to them. If you don't if you come across an extinct tribe, you can probably go down to that area's, again, local Native American historical society, and they could probably give you information about stuff like that. Get it
Yeah.
straight from the horse's mouth. Go ask them about their Wendigo and their Skinwalker directly. Don't ask
I
some
don't,
white guy on
will
YouTube.
they tell you about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
they absolutely will tell you about it.
Well, you know how,
Um,
like, people say, like, you don't talk about the skinwalker, blah, blah. Like, will they tell you?
yes, you're not. The
Oh,
only
no.
reason why you're not supposed to talk about these things is because if when you talk about, it's like when you have a job interview and you tell yourself, I'm definitely not going to get it. You're not going to get it because you've
Mhm.
willed that now into the universe. So it's that same concept. If you're just talking about, like, what is the story behind this, like, yeah, they will talk to you
Oh,
about
okay.
it.
That makes
Absolutely.
sense then.
Like I said, stop asking white men on YouTube. They don't know. Go ask the people themselves.
Stop asking the creator of the rake what a skinwalker is.
Ugh, please. He doesn't know shit.
That doesn't even look like a rake, and I have like 3 in the garage.
It doesn't even pick up leaves.
Right. I tried holding its feet and throwing it on the lawn. Doesn't do shit.
It just lays there, boring. How is this scary? Yeah, go ask them. Just go ask them directly. Don't ask me. Don't look for me to all the answers. Again, I'm Italian. That's anyway. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether you had no plans and you feel like a loser, you're definitely not, because I need you here so that, again, you listen to my podcast. Obviously,
Right?
you matter to me. Nobody's a loser. Nobody. I don't care what you tell yourself when you look in the mirror every single day, or whether or not you have an overabundance of loving family that you'll be spending this holiday season with. Um, either way, we are here for it, and we're gonna get into some holiday specific shows, some
Yeah.
good winter times this season, and hopefully we bring you guys just a smidgen of joy.
And on like a basic like podcast note, since I'm new, we are getting together and we're gonna like we're figuring out new stuff for the Patreon
Yep.
and for the social medias to get people more involved and out there. So if anybody has any ideas, put them on the Facebook page, because I look at all that shit now.
come join the Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's, come join, come engage, come post, come share your thoughts, whatever. If it's about the show, great. If it's not, we're just there to be buds and hang out with you and be weird together.
Right. Post whatever you want. I want to interact with somebody. Like, we got to engage. Everybody's got to engage. Get on this. It'll be worth it in the end. Like, I'm very, I like posting stuff on social media. So you'll hear from me on that page. And we're trying to figure out some new stuff to bring to the Patreon. So people who want to support the podcast like that will get their own stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys have any particular ideas, we're here for it all the time. It's your money. Like, tell us what it is that you want to spend it on, and we'll probably do it. Everything's got a price. That's
right.
Even if it's licking books, you guys know I'll do that.
Right. I sent Pat O pictures of my feet for a calendar he was supposed to make with our sandals and never fucking got done.
That's right.
So come on now, guys. We'll do whatever.
Throw some ideas out there. Share it to the group. Message me. Message Cassie.
Yeah.
If you want to, we'll talk to you and we'll figure it out. So hopefully next week we have some really neat announcements for the Patreon, or maybe the week after. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Depending on the feedback, we definitely want to give you guys time to put it out there for us. Join us over there, patreon.com/WednesdaysTalk, Facebook group on Wednesdays We Talk Weird, and everywhere else on socials. You can find us links in the description. So with that being said, guys, we'll see you back here next Wednesday.